WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly,
the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
Shut up!
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside the new champ.
One half of the
new champs, yes.
Well,
the other half is...
TJ Ray's. I'm not Daniel Bryan in 2013. I am not the tag team champions. I am just half of the tag team champions.
Just half.
Well, yeah, I'm one half of the MFPW tag team champions.
You know what else you are then?
I'm a celebrity now. That's right. I said it. I'm a celebrity.
There's always one. There's always one.
That voice. Ugh, your voice, as Patrice O'Neal would say.
Now you know what the listeners have been thinking for the last 4.5 years.
Set myself up for that one, didn't I?
Oh, just I really, you know what?
Brett's
right up.
Brett is right. I really am the Spanish announce table. I set him up, but you knock me down. Woo!
Oh, wow. But no, in all ribbing, kidding, Mahoney busting, and everything aside, yes, Lucas did last night at an event at the MFPW in Frenchtown, New Jersey, alongside TJ Ray's, the one half of the recently named TN Twitch Express.
Yeah, it was
upsetting Primal Fear to become the new tag team champions of the MFPW. And, your first title here, and you're not even 20 years of age.
I was actually meaning to ask you: Are TJ and I the youngest tag team champions at the MFPW?
Possibly. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at how old all the previous champions were at the time that they held it, but there's a good possibility of that. And also, someone else who wanted to send his congratulations, the self-professed Fugazi wrestling fan, Mike Samsel.
Samsel.
But he also said that, not to get too full of yourself, as Rene Dupree had won the WWE Tag Team Championship before he turned the age of 20. So you got about 6 weeks to try to get to that mark. Good luck.
I was going to say I'm not full of myself. I have this thing called low self-esteem. I don't know if you knew, but now you do. Ooh. That rhymed.
You sure about that?
I'm a celebrity now.
Well, I had to go back to the other one because I want to play the same drop twice. It's just...
I like that voice even less. See? I hate myself from the past. Low self-esteem. Boom. Roasted.
Just making sure that left enough space there to soak that in for down the road.
Oh, yeah. Left enough space to edit out, so there's,
Yeah, so there's no question. Unbelievable. Oh, goodness. But, I mean, as much as we're joking around and having fun here, I mean, this is a huge weekend. It's Royal Rumble weekend. Fun times fun times about for that here as we await the wonderful moment, the series of moments here. Of course, the 30-man and 30-woman over-the-top rope Royal Rumble matches. So that new addition here. We'll go over the card and get predictions certain to go wrong later in the hour here. But, man, where to start here? There was certainly quite a few different pieces of, I guess we'll go to what was the big announcement from just 2 days ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the XFL!
It still sounds so good some 17 years later, and apparently 2 years from now we'll be hearing maybe not that same type of not that same type of intro, but something pretty close to it. As Vince McMahon officially making the announcement this past Thursday afternoon that it is back, or at least it will be in a couple of years. As
2020, I believe.
Yes, 2020 is when it's looking to come back here. And in fact, here is Vince McMahon talking all about it here from the press conference.
The new XFL will kick off in 2020, and quite frankly, we're going to give the game of football back to fans. What would you do if you could reimagine the game of professional football? Would you, for instance, eliminate halftime? Would you have fewer commercial breaks? Would the game of football be faster? Would the rules be simpler? The new XFL will be fan-centric with all the things you like to see and less of the things you don't. And no doubt, a lot of innovations along the way. We will present a shorter, faster-paced, family-friendly, and easier-to-understand game. Don't get me wrong, it's still football, but it's professional football reimagined. Since we're launching in 2020, we have 2 years, which is plenty of time to really get it right. We intend to start conservatively with 8 teams, 40-man rosters, a 10-game regular season, and postseason featuring 2 semifinals, and of course, a championship game. Now, what about the players? In the XFL, the quality of the human being is going to be as important as the quality of the player. Our approach to presenting games will be multi-platform, which will allow us to engage fans and customize the viewing experience in ways that were never imaginable just a few years ago. You'll be able to watch the XFL on big screens, mobile devices, and everything in between. The new XFL will be a game that's reimagined. Reimagine the game of professional football.
There you have it. Yes, reimagining, apparently.
I'm sorry, are you sure that's what he said? I can't remember. He said it so... Oh, my gosh. Somebody get the counter. I know you're trying to drive that point home, but, don't need to use a sledgehammer.
That's what his son-in-law's for.
Hoyo.
Yes, in the press conference afterward, McMahon took a series of questions, including answering why bring the NFL or the XFL back now. He noted that there are 7 months in the year without football and there are 70 million fans, adding, "So why not bring it back now? I've always wanted to bring it back."
That's translated to bad ratings in 2000 are considered to be fairly decent ratings now.
You think? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Are you going to give the translated thoughts for everything that Vince is saying here?
Yeah, when I feel that it's appropriate, yeah. I would love to translate. It's fun. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be too crass, as you know.
Yeah. Careful, Icarus.
Shut up!
He wins the title, and all of a sudden, okay, maybe not.
I was gonna. Then why is your hand still on the mouse, Fearon? If maybe not.
Because I was going to pull the actual of what you were trying to do there.
Shut up!
There you go.
What a save.
There's always one.
Everybody gets one. Tell him, Peter. Everybody gets one. Yeah. Right, so.
Exactly. Vince also stating that he learned the lesson from the first launch about the quality of the play and that they had a short time to get it right last time, whereas this time around they have 2 years to prepare. The league won't affect Vince's role as head of creative in WWE at all, quote unquote.
The the groaning of fans everywhere.
And McMahon will continue to be the chairman of the board and CEO of WWE.
Because he's not using WWE to do this. He's using Alpha Entertainment. He created a new company.
Exactly. And poured $100 million into this of his own money. So he really wants this to succeed.
I want this to succeed too. Not gonna lie. Like I said last time we were discussing this, and I was in studio. Brings up a lot more job opportunities for people in football that don't exactly play, like my dad, for instance, who's a ref. It creates, plus it creates a variety. And you're not directly... I think this can work. I like what Samsel said, try to recruit kids out of high school. Also, maybe do the old USFL schedule, football in the spring.
Well, I think he had noted that it wasn't intending, at least early on, although that could change, for it to be a spring league, because that was one of the questions that was asked about it. He also said in the press conference questions that the decision to relaunch had nothing to do with the controversy of the players taking a knee and the NFL ratings decline. Your translation seemed to indicate otherwise.
That is my cue. You're right. Sorry. I was...
Were you...
Yes, I was on my phone, okay? I'm sorry. Anyway.
I can't.
Translation is...
That is exactly why we decided to make this business venture.
Let's see. Vince also saying that the $100 million price tag was a little rich for this to be a WWE project.
Also, I want the stock investors to stay happy.
Many questions were asked about host cities, all of which were deflected. They have no idea what cities are. They're going to put them into consideration, but they're not about to name, okay, here are the 8 cities that are going to have host teams.
Meaning Chicago, calm it with the punk chants, and maybe you'll get a spot.
Wow, this is an interesting Vince translation bit here. We have to resurface this somewhere down the road.
Oh, I love it.
And this is completely extemporaneous too. That's the best part.
We did not plan this. Calling it in the ring, brother.
That's what extemporaneous means. But thank you for defining it for those who don't have those college level words there.
Yes, I definitely defined it for myself on that one.
And you're in college.
Community college. Relax.
But what's the operative word that's in there? College.
I prefer to call it high school extra.
Well, you can send all your complaints to Lucas, care of... Oh, no.
I was going to say, Ted, note the time on that.
No, he doesn't have to note the time. There's no
I know
need to
he
note
doesn't
the time.
have
There's
to.
no need to. He doesn't, he's looking at his watch. He's saying your time is up. Other topics included consideration of another name for the league going international, which they're not looking to do, at least as of yet.
Unless, of course, it's Samoa.
Whether players will be allowed to use nicknames on their jerseys again.
Genetic jackhammer is one consideration I've been making.
Well, that's if he's playing, but I don't think they're going to let septuagenarian Vince McMahon playing football on the field.
Why not? It worked with Stone Cold.
When did it work? What? You're making less...
I'm 70 years old, damn it. I don't need him. Shut up! Exactly.
And also the which you had pointed out, the broaching the subject of former NFL players being in the league, including Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow, and Colin Kaepernick. So those were all various thoughts on it.
I'm not witty enough to come up with a translation for that.
Well, you are. You also want to keep a job here. So
that too.
Thank you.
No, but seriously, I couldn't come up with something. I'm 70 years old, damn it. I don't remember what I'm going to say half the time. I live in a retirement home.
Neither does your 19-year-old counterpart. And on that note, we're going to take care of our first time out, and we'll come back, and on the other side, we'll have a look at the local scene from Ed from Northeast Philly. And we'll talk Rumble weekend and also get into a situation that has been anything but SAWFT. We'll give you that. What are you cringing at the joke or the situation or both?
Yes.
You no good All right. We're going to go take care of some business. We'll be back. I'm not going anywhere near the sun.
You're about to catch fire. Calm yourself. I don't know why I'm still talking like that.
Not if I've already burst into oh, never mind. This is Pro Wrestling
means two
Weekly
things.
here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Philadelphia Protestant Home is a premier senior living community that offers affordable, quality, independent living, personal care, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation. PPH is located on a beautiful, serene campus within minutes of Bucks County and features a variety of on-site amenities for active lifestyles. Elegant dining services, ice cream parlor, indoor pool and wellness center, bowling alley, computer learning center, greenhouse, bank, market, and coming soon, a pharmacy. Call now to schedule a tour, 215-697-8000, or visit us on the web at pphfamily.org. At PPH, we're family.
Hi, Merrill Reese inviting you to join Delco Times beat reporter Bob Groats and a different Eagle each week for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Listen and watch our video stream on Facebook Live as we broadcast each week from a different Chickies and Peaks location near you and take a look deep inside the game. The Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA every Thursday night from 6 to 7, right here on 1490 WBCB and 610 Sports. All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
Did you know that 1 in 7 kids ages 10 to 18 will run away from home? 46% of runaways will spend at least 3 days on the streets. In 2003, 2.8 million youth reported that they had a runaway experience. As long as there are children, there will be runaway children. Know the signs of a child in distress. Look for rebellious behavior, an accumulation of money, and changes in eating and sleeping behavior. This public service announcement is courtesy of Valley Youth House in Bucks County, providing runaway children with a safe shelter since 1973.
Oh,
got
man.
the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true. You're breaking kayfabe. Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside the master of disaster himself, Lucas Twitch DeSangro, the new champ, the new tag team champ of the MFPW.
Yes. Yes, to all of those things. Including the Master of Disaster part, because to quote Jimmy Norton, I suck. Frunkus!
You're just quoting everybody. Do you have an original thought?
No. I mean, yes, but I'm not allowed to say it on the radio. Or at least I don't
That's
think.
why you talk in code with everybody else. Oh, now it all makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I go with what I know won't get dumped. At least I hope won't get dumped. There's always one, like you said. See, I'm listening.
There's a first time for everything. All right, one person who has no problem speaking for himself, the incorrigible, the one, the only, the showstopper, Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, Lucas.
Thank you, Ed. I really appreciate it. It's still sinking in. I still think it's a rib, to be honest.
He still thinks somebody's playing a prank on him, and here it is some 14 hours later.
And like the championship is sitting next to me right now on the table, and I still think it's a rib.
Yeah, he has it here in studio. I need to get...
Hey. I don't know how long I'm going to have this. I want to cherish it. I might
Till he
even...
retires.
Oh, yeah, like that's going to happen.
Anyway.
And you can interpret which part about that statement I meant.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Anyway, did you see Vince's plaque?
Yes.
Not on his teeth, though.
I see what you did there. On Raw 25, he was presented a plaque for 25 years of Monday Night Raw. And then that transitioned him into cutting a heel promo on New York. And then Stone Cold's music hit. And the rest was history.
the rest was repeating history.
Yeah.
Poor Shane.
He took it twice.
Well, I mean, that's pretty commonplace, whether it was now or 20 years ago or
Still
somewhere
takes
in between.
It like still takes the stunner like he did 20 years ago. Had to clarify.
You just made the list. Anyway.
Again!
You just made the list again! He's already on the list. By the way, that was great. The Elias and Jericho segment was amazing.
Shakira Pro this afternoon at the Wrestle Factory. They're having Shakira tomorrow too at the Wrestle Factory.
I was going to say, this is going to be a very long local scene segment, given everything that's going on just this weekend alone.
Yep.
And there's like autograph signings and other places. In Cherry Hill, they have Alexa Bliss at Spencer's store at Cherry Hill Mall from 1 to 3 p.m.
Ah, yes. I was gonna say, yeah, the appearances are definitely plentiful, including one I've got to mention coming up.
In Ben Salem, they have the Usos at Walmart.
Oh, that's the
In Ben Salem?
Yeah, right by the Neshaminy Mall.
In Walmart. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if that's in the mall or like by the mall.
No, it's by the mall.
Horizon Boulevard, so that's close enough.
Yeah, it's just across the underpass of Route 1, and yeah, there's a bunch of different entities over there, not too far from the exits of the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Yeah, that's the 28th.
So that'll be tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow, and I'm shut out of not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. They were all sold out.
Well, yeah, I mean, they sold out pretty early. Pretty much
13 minutes.
If you you either had to know somebody or look on the secondary market, which has been bouncing up and down more than a yo-yo in an elevator. Sometimes the price goes up, sometimes it dips a little bit, but it has been all over the place. Even for some of the euchre seats, I've seen for upwards of well over $250.
Yep.
Which is about 10 times the face value on it.
And they also have WWE in town for the 4-day shows. Rumble, Raw, NXT tonight, and SmackDown.
Yes, and as
not to mention Bob Carpenter Center on Monday.
Yeah, so they're sticking around here. That's for sure.
And the Royal Rumble viewing party, they're having one at Nick's Roast Beef.
Ah, yes, Nick's Roast Beef in Cotman Avenue in Northeast Philadelphia.
Starting at 6:30 for all those people that got shut out of the.
There you go. For those who can't be there, that's the that's the way to go.
And in Scranton, they'll have them at Backbreakers Training Center.
Okay, good for those few hours north of us here.
Yes. And Winter Slam takes place next week in Darby Rec Center.
Okay, is that I was gonna say, is that KCW?
KCW. It's starting at 6 p.m. at Darby Rec Center. Tickets from the December show will be honored. They got canceled back in December.
Ah, yes, they had a snow out, I believe.
I think it was a water main break.
Or was it a water main break? I knew something.
Like
I knew
that.
it had something to do with something wet. That's for sure. I didn't know if it was frozen water or.
The same lineup as before. Congo Kong, Robbie E, Black Cheese, and Rock and Roll Express.
Oh, very nice.
And the next show for HOH, believe it might be the 24th of March.
Well, I'm sure there'll be more announcements about that
Yeah.
tonight, as HOH will be at the 2300 Arena in South Philadelphia, the old ECW
That was last
arena.
night. That was last night. The convention's all
Oh,
day
that's right. The
today.
convention's this week. Huh? See, there's so much going on. I get it all mixed up myself here.
I was going to go down there, but I had this prior commitment with somebody. I had to
Understandable.
fill in for somebody somewhere.
Good to hear.
I was hoping to get Mean Gene on the phone.
Oh, that certainly would have been interesting.
With somebody close to him.
Well, what can
Maybe
you do?
next
I
time,
mean,
maybe
yeah,
next time.
exactly. There's always time for these
Or
things.
Corey Graves.
Oh, that would have been that would have been fun for sure as well. Certainly an outspoken individual, without question.
That's about it.
Alrighty, appreciate the look at the local scene as always,
My
and
time is up.
and Twitch's time is now apparently. I don't know.
Go Eagles.
Yes, there we go.
The Eagles changed last night too.
Yeah, the football fever is upon us here, as we're just a
think
week
they're
and a
gonna
day
take
away
it.
from the big game, and hopefully it'll be the first that the Eagles will have won in 58 years now.
I hope they take. I think they're going to take it too.
Well, a lot of people are rooting for them. A few are rooting against them, and I think a lot are rooting against both. But that's more so.
Sore losers.
Yeah, that too. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for chiming in here, and looking forward to all the fun that's going to be going on this weekend, including a little bit later today at our friends over at George's Cards and Collectibles. Today marking the first of 5 straight weeks of appearances and signings in 2018, all up there in the Chamonix Mall location, including later this afternoon from 3 to 5 p.m., WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton, and joining him, his brother Barry O. Was also in the Fed for a little bit. And then on Sunday, February 4th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., former WWE diva Emma will appear at George's Neshaminy Mall location. And then that Saturday, February 10th, from 11 until 1, right overlapping our show here, a couple of former guests here on the show, and former WWE stars, in fact. One, none other than the incomparable D'Lo Brown. And joining him, none other than Hall of Famer Ron Simmons. And appearing on Saturday, February 17th from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Neshaminy Mall Sports Cards and Collectibles Show, WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas. And appearing Saturday, February 24th, former WWE star, the man with 2 hands and a chance, James Ellsworth. And also announced earlier this week, on March 10th from 6 until 8 p.m., former WWE and WCW superstar Lord William Regal. And I see how your lip curled almost in the same way that his did, that infamous scowl of his. You've got that pretty much down pat.
Thank you. I have a lot of self-loathing. Yeah, it was just because, it's bittersweet. I will be wrestling, hopefully, that night, because we do have an event at the MFPW, but damn it, I want to meet Mr. Regal. I want to get him and Finley in a room and just...
Sweet mercy.
I would just observe them having a conversation, because they're awesome.
Well, yes.
They are a delight.
Regal definitely is someone that you could ask him something as simple as what he had for breakfast today, and he'll still go on 20 minutes later about
And I
it.
could listen to him talk for, I don't know, something about his voice is just like...
I know. As you may or may not know or recollect or anything of that nature, I had the opportunity to interview William
Yes.
Regal.
And my favorite part of that was somebody was trying to get him to tell him, hey, time's up, and he just sort of just...
Well, no, he didn't give him the brush off. He just he was more so giving me the wrap it up sign, and I'm like, I asked him the one and only question 3 minutes ago. He's still going. What do you want from me? That was back at WrestleMania 29 Access a little while ago. But tangents everywhere. George's has 3 locations for all of your cards and collectibles needs. Their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing, and their newest location in the Oxford Valley Mall on the 2nd level next to Starbucks. For more information, go to georgescollectibles.com and follow George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook. And okay, I'm constantly looking to make sure that we're not beyond on things here. Since we were talking Royal Rumble, a quick note, WWE announcing the 2019 Royal Rumble weekend. Already looking a year ahead. It will take place in Phoenix, Arizona, over 2 venues. NXT TakeOver, Raw, and SmackDown will be in the Talking Stick Resort Arena. Not sure what that is. And the 2019 Royal Rumble will take place at Chase Field and will mark the first time the Royal Rumble has ever been held at a baseball stadium. Because I guess they figure it's going to be warm enough in Phoenix, Arizona in January that they can do an outdoor thing, kind of like what they did, well, for most WrestleManias, as well as the WrestleMania up here in North Jersey a few years ago, the aforementioned one from a couple of moments ago. Yeah. Chase Field was previously known as Bank One Ballpark, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the listed capacity is 48,686, so they'll probably claim close to 60,000. And the 2013 Rumble was held at the then US Airways Center, now known as the Talking Stick Resort Arena. So it'll be the first time back in 6 years.
Talking stick.
That's right.
Like walking stick, but I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine. And also of note, Stephanie McMahon announcing on Twitter that she will be a guest color commentator for the Women's Royal Rumble match tomorrow night. The historic first Women's Royal Rumble match.
Very nice.
Alrighty. Do I want to, you know what? Yeah, we'll get this out of the way now, and because I've been treading ever so carefully in terms of this. I mean, I did the only bit of light that I put to it was in the tease earlier, indicating that this situation has been anything but SAWFT. WWE, over the course of roughly 24 hours earlier this week, suspending and releasing Eric Arndt, better known as Enzo Amore, for allegations of sexual assault 3 months ago. Enzo's attorney, Timothy J. Eckstein, issuing this statement on Tuesday, quote, "Over the past 2 days, Philomena Sheehan has made multiple public accusations against Eric Arndt, also known as Enzo Amore with the WWE, including allegations of sexual misconduct concerning an October 2017 incident in Phoenix. Mr. Arndt fully and unequivocally denies those accusations. He is cooperating with authorities in this matter and looks forward to having it resolved in a timely manner. Neither Mr. Arndt nor his counsel will be making any further comments to the public on this matter." And that's the end of that quote. Nonetheless, after the news of it breaking on Monday, it was announced that he would be suspended, and then less than 24 hours later, the negotiation of Enzo's release had occurred, and Enzo being until it was vacated, I guess, or abdicated, the Cruiserweight champion. Now that created a bit of a pickle in which Daniel Bryan opening up 205 Live, saying that not only that Enzo won't be involved with the show anymore, that he had vacated the title, but that a new general manager for 205 Live would be introduced next week, and that person's first course of action is to address the Cruiserweight title situation.
So no title shot for Cedric at the Rumble. That sucks.
Well, there's your chance to get in, Luke. Hold that title before the age of 20. All right. Going back to the Samsel joke from earlier. It's a callback.
No, I know what you mean. Full circle.
But we'll get into more Rumble-ish things on the other side of our second and final timeout. But that means you know what time it is.
It's time to talk about our friends of the Broken Goblet.
Yep, it'll be time for me to do that and for you to tune out like it. No, no, you shouldn't be, because, I mean, even though you may not necessarily drink, there's lots of other fun things that are about there, including starting this Wednesday and every Wednesday night, an open mic night. Ah, that piqued your attention, didn't it?
Why, yes, it did, Fearon.
Yeah, any chance for you to get into a microphone and make an ass out of yourself, that's what you're going to do.
Oh, I don't need a microphone to do that.
This is true. That gives you that public venue to do it. Anyway, it's time to take flight at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Hitting the taps today is Fly Eagles Fly PA, a juicy India Pale Ale with notes of papaya, passion fruit, orange peel, and a slightly bitter finish, unlike the entire state of Minnesota. Plus, if you want to watch the big game at B-Gob, check out the link on their Facebook page to sign up. Only 20 spots left for their exclusive big game party. $40 per person includes full open bar and an all-you-can-eat dinner buffet from Nick's Roast Beef, including their famous roast beef, roast pork, wings, hoagies, mussels, baked pasta, salad, and more. You're getting full or hungry just thinking about it. You're getting the itis just thinking about it.
That, or probably I'm just exhausted.
Could be a little from column A and a little from column B. Also, today is a Firkin Awesome Saturday, as they have a firkin of oatmeal stout conditioned with cocoa nibs, hazelnut, and coconut. And tonight at 8, oh yes, the return of Kinky Quizzo. Which, if we weren't at NXT TakeOver, you'd still find a way to avoid it. But it's filthy, friendly fun.
Not that I would avoid it, it's just I might not be able to.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get out of, you're
21 and over, right?
Well, I mean, it just like with the comedy night back in November. For you, it's negotiable because you're there's that sponsorship thing back and forth. Because as you've heard many a time here, it's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly, and that's why we can work you in on these things. Please enjoy responsibly out there. Whether you're drinking or enjoying Kinky Quizzo or open mic night or...
On Wednesdays?
On Wednesdays, yes. We'll talk more about that during the timeout here, and then we'll come back, and we've got the usual fun stuff today in wrestling history. We've got the birthdays coming up. Predictions certain to go wrong. Huh?
I said, yeah, predictions?
Yes, predictions certain to go wrong, and some other news notes and other stuff. And we haven't even talked... Well, we talked briefly about Raw 25. But, yeah, there's so much to get into still and so little time to do so. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Lee Piccarello, inviting you to tune in every Friday morning at 8 a.m. to The Head Game, a must-listen show for athletes and coaches of all levels and ages. Mindful Athlete Training in Newtown, Pennsylvania is a mental circuit training program that prepares the athletes to perform at the highest level of today's game. Athletes get into the zone faster and stay there longer. Tune in every Friday morning at 8 a.m. right here on WBCB 1490 AM and throughout the world at WBCB1490.com.
Join Rebecca's Forecast Tuesday at 10 a.m. She'll take your calls, questions, and fill you in on what's happening for your personal sun sign. Join Rebecca's Forecast once again every Tuesday at 10 a.m. right here on 1490 WBCB.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Take charge of your health with coverage that may be more affordable than you think. Nearly 90% of people who purchased an Independence Blue Cross plan on the marketplace last year qualified for lower premiums. In fact, 1 out of 5 had a $0 premium. Plus, you get access to the most doctors and hospitals in the region, from the leader in healthcare for nearly 80 years. Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Sign up today at ibxforyou.com.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, January 27. On this date in 1994, WCW held its Clash of the Champions 26 Supercard. In the main event, Ric Flair and Sting defeated Vader and Rick Rude in a tag team elimination match. On this date in 2003, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Chicago, Illinois. In the main event, Batista and Triple H defeated Kane and Rob Van Dam in a tag team match. On this date in 2008, WWE held its Royal Rumble pay-per-view. In the main event, John Cena won the 30-man Royal Rumble match. On this date in 2013, WWE held its Royal Rumble pay-per-view. In the main event, The Rock pinned CM Punk to win the WWE Championship, ending Punk's 434-day reign. This has been Today in Wrestling History, January 27. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry and Lucas Twitch Champ DeSangro.
Let's not add too many middle or nicknames on it. It's just Lucas Twitch DeSangro. Come on.
Okay, the recently crowned one half of the recently crowned tag team champions of the. All right, if I go any longer with the introduction, the show will be over already. We're gonna have to cut out some
segments if that's the case.
Just to get all your shtick in.
It's not my shtick. I'm not trying to initiate it.
No, you do enough of a job of initiating awkwardness. On the other hand, that's a whole nother story.
That is definitely my bag, baby.
Well, someone who I'm sure is going to call you out on it is doing so from quite a ways away.
Of course.
None other than the great Harry Barnett calling all the way from England.
Hi.
Well, I had to take the time out of my busy day just to congratulate the tag team champion.
I don't believe you, but thank you.
Well, I mean, you know, I feel as though there should be a half-an-hour speech now about how you owe everything to me, your successes, because the one person that believed in you all along
was me.
The one person who said you should go ahead would be me.
Should what?
I think that
what was the second part? What was the second part there?
Dedication to me.
What was the second part of that one, Harry? The one who said what?
I don't know. I make it up as I go along usually. The one who said you should go for it. The one who
go
said
for it, right?
You know.
See.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That one. Maybe in some incantation, but I remember certain conversations that say otherwise.
There are some days, folks, where I am too sober for this.
Oh, same.
One of us makes things up as they go along, and the other probably is telling the truth. So.
Yeah, I usually am telling the truth.
We just don't need to smarten them up to who it is.
Oh, I just did. Technically.
That's a shame. Now, the Royal Rumble tomorrow. I figure I'd actually give you my exclusive as to who I think is going to win.
And for the low price of $1.99 a minute.
I was going to say, I swear to
£1.99 a minute.
I swear to Jeebus, if you say the American Roughneck, I will reach through the phone lines.
No, come on. You really think that the American Roughneck can even get up a single step, let alone back into a ring? The American Roughneck is not going to win the Royal Rumble, but someone similar is.
Who?
Ronda Rousey. I'll tell you why, because every betting site I've been on in the past week has said that Ronda Rousey is the favorite to win.
And she's not even in the thing.
Royal Rumble.
Officially, anyway.
Well, you don't know that.
Officially.
As for the men's Royal Rumble, I'm going to go out of the box and say a little bit different to what everyone actually thinks. And I'm going to say that this WrestleMania is going to be the time that The Miz finally goes back to the spot that he belongs in.
Who?
Someone awesome, much like myself, belongs in a WrestleMania main event.
Just a question, Harry. Who is the actual favorite to win the men's Royal Rumble match?
I believe it's Shinsuke. Unless that's changed since I looked, it's Shinsuke Nakamura.
I was going to say, didn't we do a segment a few years ago, Fearon, about who was betting?
Yeah, we went over the actual betting lines. This is
because I really thought it was hysterical. I sort of hope Virgil's on there somewhere.
I tell you what, at some point in the future, I'll do a shoot interview with you guys about betting on wrestling and why it's a bad thing. Last year being a very prime example of that.
I don't think, but I don't think we need to do a shoot interview to tell the fans that why betting on wrestling is a bad thing, especially if the promoter wanted to bet some money too, and he knew who was going to
Well,
win.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm not. It's a good thing I'm not a promoter because. Well,
Oh, yeah,
maybe
very
it's a
good
bad thing because my pocket is a lot lighter after last year. I'll just say that.
Oh, buddy.
I didn't bet 500. I didn't bet £500 on the Undertaker.
And by that I mean I bet 500 pounds on The Undertaker. I translate for Barnett, too.
It was a different bald guy with a beard wearing a Symbol of Greatness T-shirt, which you can buy from me directly via PayPal.
Wow.
I don't think we need to translate that one.
Damn it, we're doing it anyway.
I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm joking.
goodness. I was going to say, he's taking your bid. He's shamelessly plugging himself.
I don't.
This is always fun.
I am always full of shame when I plug myself.
You can get other great shirts like the Great Club and the Monday Night Raw logo, the Great Harry Barnett T-shirt. Also, I say that as well, Lucas.
Duly noted. I was going to say, as fun as it's been,
I'm like a walking, talking Walmart. I should be called Talkmart.
I was gonna say. I mean, I know Britt's teeth are bad, but oof.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, what? Lois, this is not my Batman
Children should
glass.
be seen and not heard.
What?
I said children should be seen and not heard.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
He said children should be...
No, I heard him. I just don't want to listen to him.
That's
Lucas,
definitely not a first time
You enjoy
for...
your tag team title run. You enjoy your tag team title run. I mean, I'm sure there's a tag team out there which are a lot bigger than you, and I'll very much.
That is
enjoy the
literally
day that they
every.
crash
That is literally every
I said
tag
good day.
team.
All right. Thank you so much for chiming in. Harry Barnett calling
good to-
all the way from England.
Always
tuning
good to
into
hear
the
from
show.
Barnett. No, I sincerely mean that.
All right. We have but a few minutes here and so much to get into. Let's get the predictions in here. All right. So we have 9 matches, 3 kickoff and 6 on the main show. First off, these 3 recently announced here, the 3 kickoff matches. Bobby Roode defending the U.S. Championship in an open challenge match. You going with Roode or the field?
Roode.
All right, that makes 2 of us on that. It's kind of hard to make that pick with, or hard not to make that pick, not knowing who the opponent is.
I feel like it would be Ziggler, but
Well,
I don't know why they would do that, but I just feel like...
Fair enough. Next up, we've got tag team action, yo. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson against the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder.
I am going to pick the Good Brothers, Balor Club. Too sweet.
I was going to say, are you going to go with Dawson and...
No, those are the top guys. There's a Good Brothers versus the top guys.
Oh, okay. I was going to go somewhere else with it, but
Couldn't
maybe
find
it's
the
better.
drop in time.
I was going to say maybe it's better that I don't. I had let discretion, at least temporarily, be the better part of valor. I was going to say, or the other way of looking at it is, are you going to say the Revival, as some of the internet folks tend to do?
That being the elite.
Yes.
My favorite part about when Cody Rhodes started doing that was when he did that the first time. Adam Cole pretty much just looks over at him like, dude, are you okay? Just in that first video. It was great.
All right, and then we have 6-man tag team cruiserweight action. Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Graham...
Lince Dorado, yes.
I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable on that one. Lince Dorado and Graham...
You just left the letter on. I did it the first time, too, and then I heard just people on the internet. Ugh. They're
We're
helpful.
bound to correct you on everything.
Right.
Against TJP, Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gulak.
Attaboy.
Pronunciations aside, who you got?
I have the Lucha trio.
That makes 2 of us on that.
Considering also in AAA, I mean, from a kayfabe standpoint, Lucha Libre, luchadors are used to doing a lot of 6-man matches, and on a not kayfabe standpoint, they're the faces, and they just threw this match together.
Fair enough. All right, 4 title matches. We'll get to those, and then the Rimble here.
Rimbles.
We'll start with since we're going on a tag roll here. We'll start off with One of my favorites. 2 out of 3 falls.
Woo!
The Usos.
It is one of my favorites as well.
Against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin for the SmackDown tag titles.
I'm gonna say American Alpha. Ugh, I'm Alpha today, aren't I?
Yep.
I'm gonna go American Alpha 2.0.
All right, I'm sticking with the Usos on
Based
that. Finally,
off
a
of-
disagreement.
Well, yes, but based off
In picks, anyway.
I was gonna say, based off of the fact that the Usos, what happened with Jay or Jimmy or whichever one that got canned with the, yeah, you know what I mean. I actually have it in my notes on my phone somewhere. I'm not gonna pull them up now, but yeah.
Yeah, we're pressed for
DUI
time
thing.
here.
The
so
DUI thing.
the DUI thing, yes. All right, Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan against Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw tag titles.
Retains Rollins and Jordan.
You're going with Rollins and Jordan, as am
Yep.
I. All right, we've got the WWE Championship 2-on-1 handicap match. AJ Styles against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I'm going with my heart here, and I want Steen Jericho to win. I want Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Steen Jericho? Oh, Steen and Generico. I was like, no, that was the Festival of Friendship last year was Steen and Jericho.
I see what you meant. They could. If he had kept his name, they could have used Steen Jericho, but
no. So which of the two are you going with? Are you going Zayn or are you going Owens?
that is a good point.
Because they can't both be the champion at the same time.
Freebird rule. Yes, they can.
For a singles title?
Oh, why not? Come on. We've seen crazier things. We've seen a woman give birth to a hand. Why can't we have a Freebird rule on the world title? Ted,
Damn
know
you
what
and
to
your
do.
logic.
You know what to do.
Yeah, get the duct tape.
Devon! Fearon! Sorry.
Oh my goodness! All right, who do you got in this title match? We're down to the wire here.
I said Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
One. You're picking both.
Yeah.
You're picking co-champions. All right.
Yeah, that's what their angle is with it. I'm going with my heart on this one.
And certainly not your head. All right, we've got the.
For once, I don't care. I love Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It's so great.
All right. We'll definitely mark that one down. Brock Lesnar defending the Universal Championship against Strowman and Kane in a triple threat match.
Lol, Lesnar retains.
All right. I'm actually going off the board, and I'm thinking Strowman for some goofy reason.
I was going to go with Strowman, and then I realized it's probably not.
All right. And then we've got the 2 Rumble matches. We've got 18 of the 30 participants announced and no time to go through each of them. So for the women, who you got?
I was going to say my picks are either Becky Lynch or Asuka.
All right, and I'm going with Sasha.
Very nice.
Although Asuka's certainly not a bad one, but
she's just because she's the favorite. But I want
again
Becky
for the
to
sake
win.
of time, I'm going with just one here. And the men's match,
I have either Balor or Nakamura, but for a wild card, this is probably not going to happen. But if it does, I want credit because there's been rumors circulating that Daniel Bryan's going to win the Rumble. There's no chance in hell it's going to happen. On the off chance it does, I want points.
You want points, fair enough.
It's really just
why not? The points don't matter anyway. I'm going with, just for the sake of trolling Philadelphia, Roman Reigns.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be hysterical.
I would love it too. I would cheer so loud because it would be like, what did you expect?
Gotcha. All right, we have literally a minute left, so time for...
birthdays!
Well, slightly good news for the time. I looked as far as wrestler birthdays, and...
We ain't found
So, yeah, just 2 Brucey bonuses here. On this date in 1959, Keith Theodore Olbermann was born, the longtime journalist who co-hosted ESPN SportsCenter in the mid-'90s and hosted MSNBC's Countdown with Keith Olbermann, a political show in the 2000s. He turns 59 today. And on this date in 1969, Patton Peter Oswalt was born, the Emmy and Grammy award-winning stand-up comedian and actor best known for roles as Spencer in the sitcom The King of Queens and currently narrating the sitcom The Goldbergs. He turns 49 today. Had to throw a comedian in there because I knew Lucas would react positively to it.
Yep.
And he gave me the point on that. Well, that's going to do it for us here. Enjoy the Rumble, those of you who are going to it, and we'll be back next week with a recap and all the other fun stuff associated with it. Until then, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's way on.
celebrating 60 years of broadcasting excellence. We're 1490 WBCB.